Remember your friends if you do that.
I'll say you make like part out each side.
I don't understand this. What the heck? Okay. I'm looking at 3 cases. 25 CR 367, which is operating a motor vehicle while intoxicated, third or more. There's all of these are that. But this one was indicted over a year ago, and there's been no. We had initial docket. No. No. I don't see any resettings at all. This is a brand new resetting, but it was over a year ago. Then July of last year, a second DWI rolls around. Third. And then here, April 1st, this year, last month, a third DWI rolls around. Why has it taken so long for him to show up in court? I'm asking you, have you been traveling around or what?
Oh, no, sir.
Well, you picked up 3 separate DWIs on different occasions. Do you know that? Do you know that, or
Yes.
you're not aware of this?
Buckle up, guys. Today we are going to witness a courtroom confrontation that leaves a judge absolutely speechless. We start with a defendant facing a staggering reality: 3 separate charges for operating a motor vehicle while intoxicated. The judge is visibly frustrated as he reviews the timeline, noting that these offenses have been piling up for over a year with zero progress. It is a chaotic beginning to a case that only gets more complicated as the minutes tick by.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you've been arrested 3 times and you were indicted. One of these is September of 23. We're going on 3 years. Gosh, and nothing had been done? Where do you live?
105, probably 105.
Yeah, there it is. I have these addresses as Windmere,
Yes, Windermere, Howard.
but that's where you live.
Yes, sir.
You didn't know you had a case pending 3 years, for 3 years?
Nobody ever told me.
No, somebody's supposed to tell. Weren't you arrested
Yeah, I got
3 different times?
And every
You think they're gonna come to you? You didn't think that maybe you ought to take according to this indictment, you committed 1 third-degree felony, then you picked up another third-degree felony, and then you picked up a third one. You see anything wrong?
I see.
Oh, do.
Yes, sir.
And we're gonna take care of things here, because this is serious. And on the last one that was just indicted, not only do you have a third-degree felony, but they have added 2 prior convictions, burglaries back in 2017. So this third-degree felony, if you're found guilty of this, it becomes punished as a second-degree felony. If this is correct, you're looking at up to 20 years. So you're looking at a total of 40 years in prison. Well, no, on the first one, a prior conviction is alleged.
The observer notes a tense exchange as the judge grills the defendant on his whereabouts. Despite picking up 3 separate DWIs, the man claims he had no idea he had a case pending for 3 years. The judge is incredulous, questioning how someone could be arrested multiple times and still play the victim of a lack of communication. It becomes clear that the court is losing patience with these excuses, signaling that the hammer is about to drop on what the judge calls a very serious situation.
But not on the second one. So you're looking at in 367, up to 20 years in prison. On 501, up to 20 years, and then up to 10 years in 840, 50 years in prison. Well, look at me like I can't believe it's not butter. You know better than anybody else what kind of trouble you're in. This is really disturbing. Did you drive up here?
Yes, sir.
Who? Why not?
Sir,
Why not? Did you walk up here? You walked up to the, sir?
from work.
How'd you get to work?
I had my son drive.
Where's your car? Where's your vehicles? Why not? Why don't you have a vehicle? Speak up. So
I don't have a vehicle.
when did you, well, you had vehicles here.
Yeah,
Where'd they
I
all
haven't had
go?
a vehicle in probably about 2 years. Or a year and a half, so.
No. The day before January 1st of 2025, which is a year and a half ago, you were arrested.
Right,
So a year and a half ago, you had a vehicle.
that's what I said. Said I had a year.
No, you said
A
2.
vehicle in about a year and a half.
It's for misdemeanor.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Langston. What are you gonna?
No, I
what are
was
we
just
gonna
asking
do
to put him
on
on-
all of it. This is a mess.
Right. I was gonna ask to put him on the announcement from the initial, and that way I can go through his discovery with him, meet with him, and then we can come up with a plan on trying to resolve all of this. But I did get all of his discovery, and I have all that downloaded from the DA's office. I have one.
In this segment, the legal stakes skyrocket as the judge reveals the defendant is looking at a potential 50 years in prison. Because of prior burglary convictions, these third-degree felonies are being enhanced, turning his legal battle into a fight for his life. The tension peaks when the judge asks if he drove to court today. A confusing back and forth about vehicle ownership follows, with the defendant claiming he hasn't owned a car in years, despite his very recent arrests behind the wheel.
What are his bonds on each of these, please?
On 0367, it's $35,000. On 0840, it's $35,000. And on 0501, it is $15,000.
The more you commit offenses, the less the bonds are. Go figure. I mean, this is a Twilight Zone episode. What was the last one again?
15,000.
Woefully low. But you got more problems. You got a warrant out for your arrest right now. For resisting arrest. You're gonna be taken into custody. That's the first thing. The bond in 26501, which is the third pending felony that you've committed here. after the September 21st, 2024 incident. And after the September 23rd, 2023 DWI third, then on or about December 31st, 2024, you committed a third one here after those other two, and then that bond this court finds is the first two bonds were 35,000 and 35,000, and then thereafter you commit a third offense of a third degree felony, which is enhanced because of two prior burglary convictions of habitations in 2017. So this is now a second degree felony. And then for some reason, the magistrate's bond reduced, so which defies any logic. So we're going to fix that. That $15,000 bond is revoked, and that's a 70,000. It doubles $70,000 bond. And then you're going to be arrested here for this capias and taken into custody for this misdemeanor that's pending.
Defense attorney tries to step in to create a resolution plan, but the judge is distracted by the baffling bond amounts. He points out the absurdity of the Twilight Zone logic, where the more crimes the defendant commits, the lower his bond seems to go. The situation takes a final turn for the worse when a surprise warrant for resisting arrest is discovered. The judge officially announces that the defendant is being taken into custody immediately, ending any hope of him walking out of the front door.
You cannot operate a motor vehicle unless right now, until this court allows you to, because this is a disturbing, I've never seen this. 3 successive third degree felonies over and over, which means you don't get it. And the rules don't apply to you. But again, you're talking about 50 years imprisonment on all of these. And that's going to be treated seriously. You can't operate a motor vehicle until further orders. Also, are you an alcoholic? Do you have an alcohol problem?
So I believe I do.
You believe you do. All right. Okay.
I do have that.
Well, we're going to work on that too. What the state suggests on just for testing on him, so that because I don't want.
Well, since
To drink now.
one is for alcohol, one is for marijuana, we probably have to have the scram and a patch, drug patch.
Make sure we cover all bases.
You're just free falling right now, sir, as you know. And you have to fix this, since you can't fix it yourself. So you will be ordered to have a drug patch, and you will be ordered to have a scram device, which tests you for alcohol, but you were unable to operate a motor vehicle. You are right now free falling, and you are not safe operating a 4,000-pound missile around town. You just get arrested over and over again. We're lucky someone hadn't been harmed or at worst killed by your reckless behavior. Do you understand?
Yes, sir, I do.
You'll be taken into custody here immediately.
You're an average.
And no, hold on.
Sorry, I thought you were about to.
Yeah, I am, but you're gonna be next. Langston, what do you have to say? Anything else?
I didn't know about the resistant. I
Well,
just want to put on the announcement.
we're gonna make a copy for you.
Okay, that'll work.
And you want to put it on the announcement docket, right?
Yes.
Okay, it'll be placed on announcement. Okay, what else on this? You'll get a resetting too. And if we'll get you up here if you're in jail, but you've got my attention, and the 250,000 people of this county are going to be safe with you not being around town, driving a vehicle improperly, recklessly, and without regard to other people, much less yourself. That is all. You're in custody. Yes, sir.
Judge, I do have one on the docket and.
Is it Andrew?
Is,
What are you gonna do?
Langston.
I'm having your weight in drug court, so.
What are you gonna do?
Well, that one, the reason we're here is for review.
In this final stretch, the judge takes total control, revoking the low bonds and doubling them to ensure the defendant stays behind bars. He delivers a scathing lecture, calling the man a free-falling danger who cannot be trusted with a 4,000-pound missile on the road. After ordering alcohol monitoring and drug patches, the judge formally remands him to custody to protect the public from further reckless behavior. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.